The USA South hosted a student-athlete leadership retreat June 1st through the 3rd at Agnes Scott College, which ultimately brought together 34 student-athletes from the conference's 18 league member institutions.
Heading into the weekend, we had three major objectives we were hoping to accomplish with the student-athlete leadership retreat. The first was to build unity. We're such a large conference with 18 schools. Having 34 student-athletes there, we were hoping for the opportunity to share ideas and find ways to embrace common ground that would increase our unity. Second piece we were looking for is an opportunity to bring expose student-athletes to leadership opportunities that they could bring back to their campuses that would impact their student-athlete advisory councils on a local level. And then finally, with that many student-athletes in the middle of summer in Atlanta, Georgia, we wanted to have some fun. And all three of those goals were primarily accomplished through the student-athlete retreat.
The group began the retreat by meeting leadership facilitator Sherrod Williams, who is the Assistant Commissioner for External Operation at Division II's Conference Carolinas, and Ginger Swan, the Assistant Athletic Director for Sports Medicine and Senior Women Administrator at Berry College. Both Sherrod and Ginger, who are also facilitators at the NCAA Student Athlete Leadership Forum, shared invaluable leadership skills with the USA South student athletes, as well as assisted them in exploring the relationship between personal values, core beliefs, and behavioral styles.
Yeah, this weekend was really fun. It came out of nowhere. One of my friends, Emma, told me about the opportunity to facilitate here with the USA South, and the group has been great. It was an amazing weekend, a whole lot of different perspectives. The group definitely was way ahead of their time. I mean, the USA South does a great job at preparing their student athletes, you can tell, because they were all knowledgeable of the fact that injustices exist, but they want to be better leaders, they want to be more outspoken. The opportunity to actually speak was amazing, because a chance to share my knowledge but really learn more from the student athletes was really great for me. The fact that I was able to do that, I'll take that with me for the rest of my life and definitely remember everybody's name like I learned in less than 24 hours. So it's been a great time. I loved it here.
The morning of day 2 was a time for the USA South to give back to the community. This came in the form of practicing with local Special Olympic teams in the sports of soccer and volleyball, who are about to head to the national tournaments representing the state of Georgia. The USA South student athletes led the Special Olympians in warm-ups, skill refinement drills, and ultimately some friendly competition. At the end of their time with the Special Olympians, it was clear that the USA South representatives were impacted just as much as their new friends.
I thought it was really fulfilling. I thought it was really cool since, especially for soccer, there were only 6 Special Olympics athletes, so I thought it was really cool to get one-on-one connections with all of them, and they're all knowing each other's names afterwards and everything, so that was really cool. And I think we actually learned a lot more than they did from the experience. I just thought it really made everyone happy and brought everyone together, and just to see the smile on all their faces really made the day worthwhile. So.
Today we did Special Olympics, and it was a really good opportunity to work with people that have the same passion that I do for the sport. Was really awesome and rewarding. I think that they gained a lot from the experience. To be able to work with college athletes and learn some new things is really good for them, and moving forward I think that they're going to be able to take what we taught them today and incorporate it into their play.
So today with Special Olympics, I thought it was really exciting to be able to put smiles on their faces, but not only did I put a smile on their face, but I put it on theirs as well. And I also had the opportunity to be a leader and lead them, as all of us volleyball athletes were able to lead them with our passion, and they had probably more passion than I did, and that was just so fulfilling to see.
Well, today was great. We got a chance to play some volleyball, so it was great to be able to share my passion and something that I really love with those kids. They had the best energy ever, and just being able to feed off of that and seeing what joy that it brought to them really did bless my heart. So it was really, I think I enjoyed it much more than they did, because it was such a great experience for all of us. So I'm really grateful.
After lunch, it was back to wrap up the leadership programming with Sherrod and Ginger. The student athletes shared their final reflections and takeaway from the weekend. The hope for the conference, as well as Sherrod and Ginger, is that the attendees take items back to their campuses not only for their own personal development and growth as leaders, but to share with their teammates and peers.
So, a very cool weekend. It's neat to see students who are so engaged and so passionate about encouraging each other, passionate about finding out more of who they are, where they can figure out how to give each other, and just watching them with the engagement they have is amazing. I think this group of SAC leaders is going to be something special. They already are, but I think it's going to continue to see success. And I think opportunities like this are just really neat to show them that, you know, because they do so much on their own and learn so much on their own. Really encouraged to see this is the future of our leaders.
The final day of the summit consisted of a business meeting with USA South Commissioner Dr. Tom Hart and Associate Commissioner Mike Christie to discuss current issues within the conference and nationally which affect the student athletes.
We had an opportunity to provide a business session for the student athletes. This session included time to learn about the NCAA, their structure, their governance structure, as well as the way that legislation is performed. And we also had a chance to introduce our student athletes to our representative on the National Student Athlete Advisory Committee, and that is Colby Pepper. Colby is a rising junior at Covenant College where he plays soccer. So the student athletes learned about that, and then in the second half of the meeting we also took some time to learn a little bit about the USA South, how our sports festival is designed, how schedules are put together, as well as how divisions and access to tournaments are determined. So it was a great experience all the way around.
During their time at the summit, the student athletes were not only to partake in community outreach and personal growth workshops, but were also exposed to new friendships with fellow student athletes from other USA South campuses. During the retreat, the participants were able to indulge in activities outside of the forum like Breakout Atlanta, an interactive game where teams are locked in different themed rooms with the task of escaping within 60 minutes by solving available clues, but also they utilized an opportunity to get ice cream together after a busy first day.
Activity on Saturday night proved especially important as students applied some of the leadership strategies that were presented by Sherrod Williams and Ginger Swan earlier in the weekend to an activity. While not necessarily real life, it was an activity that provided for give and take, feedback, creative problem solving, and perseverance. And all of those were needed during the breakout sessions. And those seemed to go over quite well for the student athletes.
The USA South was thankful of the energy, passion, and commitment shed by the student athletes in attendance, as well as the hospitality of Agnes Scott College and Assistant Athletic Director Rosie Davis. The conference will continue to provide opportunities for its student athletes to grow and succeed as leaders within their teams, on their campuses, and in their communities.
I thought it was really fun, like getting to meet everybody was really fun. Learning all the different ways to be a leader and what a leader means was really good. Getting to spend time with the Special Olympic athletes, that was really fun. Like, it was just I learned a lot and had a great time and met a lot of good people, and just it was a good weekend.
So this weekend was really fun. I enjoyed meeting people from other schools and learning what they do through their SAC, and I also learned how to become a better leader to my team that I'm excited to take back. Working with Special Olympics was awesome. They were so much fun, and we got a lot of involvement between all the students, and we all collaborated really well this weekend, and I really enjoyed it. So
I think my biggest takeaway was just everyone getting together, learning the different leadership styles that people have implemented on their campuses, and not only learning from our facilitators, but also just knowing what works on different campuses. And I'm excited to bring that back to my campus. It was awesome to work with the Special Olympics and kind of implement that on our campus as well. Yeah, I'm just excited.